Why art is a great luxury. However poor you are, you're always in a luxurious atmosphere. You're a man doing what he likes to do, which you can't say about the average man. The average man says, I hate my job. I hate punching the clock. But shit, I've got to live. Do you understand? Now the artist sort of says, fuck that. Whether I live or die, I'm going to do what I want. For all the wonders I had seen, I had never lived alone entirely. And in the midst of nature, I had never handled a hoe, a spade, or even a rake, do you know, huh? I knew nothing about anything connected with nature. And suddenly, right outside my door was a jungle of poison oak, about, I'd say, 1/4 of an acre big. Well, anyhow, that was a great mystical experience to me. Then is when I began to really feel that maybe there was what you'd call a mystical side to me. All the beauty, the glamour, and the mystical quality of the mountains and the hills, and the fog rolling in, and the storms walking in. You could see it walking on the water like toward you. It was marvelous. You understand, it isn't that I went to Big Sur looking for a change of life, of nature, and so on. You know, it was an accident that I got there. Do you see? Once there, I accepted it. Once in any place, I accepted where I was. I've often said if I went to jail, I think if I were put in prison, I would adapt to it. I would soon have the warden and the jailers around me at my fingertips helping me. Do you understand? That's what I think. So is that my change, or I'm adapting? That's all. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes when one thinks about death, approaching death, one thinks of it as a very, very interesting part of life. It should not always be shunned and frowned upon and sort of put away. It should be welcomed. Do you understand? What the hell? It's all part of the universe. Do you see what I mean? And maybe it has treasures unknown for us. Death, don't you know? We only think the worst all the time, that we are going out, our little candle is blowing out. Do you see what I mean? And who are we after all? We're the tiniest midgets. I always say I don't mind death. I hate dying, though. Dying, I'm afraid of. You know, I'll admit that. I'm afraid of dying, but the what's after that, I don't worry about. I accept it. I don't know what it would be. I have no idea. But I have an innate feeling that it can only be better than this shit trap that we're in. Do you see what I mean?
As you get near the grave, things are not so important anymore as they once seemed to be. Now the important thing is death or the future life that you may have. In the beginning of your life, you're very anxious, you're struggling and so on, racing, you see, to get ahead and so on. And after a while, you ask yourself in middle life, what are we doing this for? And toward the end of your life, you see that it's all foolishness. I have this feeling of reincarnation very strongly, yes. I don't know if it's true. Do you understand? But I have a strong feeling about it.
I'm gonna get there.
But then I will hail death as a brother who's come to relieve me.
This train, this city, this train, this city.
Brother Death, here I am. Take me. Naturally, I came from a world where I had been with people all the time, seeing things, going places, don't you know? Everything was eventful. Every day was full of life, of things. Now I'm alone with nature. You might say with God, if you like.
To repair the things that have been broken.
The idea is you stay there till you have reviewed your whole life in detail and understood the whole pattern of your life. To meet those people you mistreated in your life, whom you did dirt to, and now you confront them again in the other world, and you begin to understand why and what happened and so on. That's a part of it I like.
I think that what is real, really so, is something that you cannot express at all. But you know it. You have the feeling about it. And it's a feeling that I have about reality that I am trying to reach. To capture the sense of reality, I make a distinction between what is usually called reality and what is reality. I'm not interested in everyday reality. I want to penetrate that. But that is a sort of an inexpressible thing. I don't care how long I live. I can die tonight and it'll be all right with me. Because I am reconciled with death now. I always dread to think what would happen if I meet my mother in the beyond, do you see? Would we get reconciled finally, don't you know? I got reconciled to my father. We began to understand one another, and we could talk. It was beautiful. I don't remember ever saying to my mother, "Mother, I love you," or "Mother, you are wonderful." I don't remember ever saying, nor did she ever say it to me. She was always telling me what a devil I was, or how stupid I was, or this or that. I was a stupid in her opinion. Do you know that? Maybe I was at that time, don't you know? Yeah. But I know there was no exchange of affection. Yeah, none whatever.
Said his story is a pile of debris, and the angel wants to go back and fix.
And I always remember the eyelid opening when she was laid out as a corpse, you know, and we visited her once every day. She laid out for 7 days, I think, in a mortuary. And every time I came to bend over her and look at her, pretend to give a kiss, I never did, one eye would open. Would you believe that? Would you believe that? That happened. It was the weirdest thing, yeah. The undertaker would come and close it, yeah. It was like she, even when we were trying to bury her, she was in the coffin. It was a snowy day, the wind is blowing, and that coffin is going south like a ship that's, being knocked about. They couldn't get it to fall down into that hole.